let's learn something. Yes, okay, and this is the spell. That was the effect that was creating a spell, and now he targeted everything. Okay. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are, yes, back to Dimir control. I honestly miss playing Dimir so much that I decided I will play Dimir today, one way or the other. I don't know how it goes, I don't know what will happen. I do want to play Siphon Insight, I want to play Zareth, and most of all, I really wanted to play Iymrith, because that's one of my favorite cards. It's such a great control creature. I don't sit on the ladder too much, but I just feel it's so worth to, have this control creature as a finisher, and it synergizes with so many things in our decks that is just insane. So the idea was to have a cool, great, strong Dimir deck, and to be honest, looking at the results, we won all the games. Actually won all of them. 100% win rate. But honestly, the games were hard. The games were very close, very hard, and if you are watching this intro still, first of all, I really thank you for this, but you will see in one of the games, I think this might be the first game I will put, a lot of educational plays with Make Disappear and how casualty works on the technical level. Watch this game. If you want to learn, this will be one of the few situations in like last half a year when you might see such convoluted situation. This was the most skill intensive play I have been doing for like a long time, so definitely worth checking out. And I wasn't even sure how it works, so probably you can learn something as well. I also did. So with that being said, Sloth, you are talking for 2 minutes and you said nothing, as usual. So what the deck is about? The deck is about, of course, Iymrith and Zareth San as a support. Zareth San because it is a flash threat that you can cast at the end step. I was thinking about playing 2 of them, but in the end, it's not our win condition. This is just a surprise factor that will sometimes happen in some of the games. And of course, we have Blood on the Snow, so we can get it back at some point in the game, so theoretically you have 3 copies if you need it. It also combos very well with Shadow Verdict, because usually how they defend against Zareth is they have board with small creatures, and then you Shadow Verdict and get something like 4/4 and you win the game. But Iymrith is the big card for the deck. This is how we build the deck around. And this is one of the reasons we have cards like Make Disappear. This is on its own a very good counter spell. But when you combine this with Iymrith, this is actually a 2 mana hard counter spell sooner or later. This will never be a dead card. And we can even make tokens with like Kaito. You might say it won't happen, huh? Watch the games. So with Iymrith, he needs to pay word 4. With this, he needs to pay 2. So in total, he needs to pay 6 extra mana on top of the removal he wanted to use, and it's usually Infernal Grasp. So basically 8 mana to try to remove this dragon, and even then Juwari starts working. So this is one of the board decisions I have made with this deck. We are not super heavy on the snow synergy. That's why we also don't have this 5 mana, I don't remember the name, Gravenlore. The Gravenlore. We don't run it because we are not like super heavy snow deck. We are just a control with small team of snow. Just for the Blood on the Snow, basically, because it's such a good card. And if you play a long game, you will get the value from this. And if you are playing a short game, you just play normal deck, basically. Okay. So with Iymrith, basically every mana-based counter spell becomes much more scary, especially if enemy needs to chain at least 2 removals or something in case to kill Iymrith. It's just insanely hard, even in Supreme late game, to cast 2 spells in 1 turn against Iymrith. However, you need to be careful, because when you attack, it just becomes a 5/5 block and nothing else. So you need to really protect it back then, and that's your decision. Okay, other than this, we have a lot of good removal. Like we have 4 Bloodchiefers, 4 Marches against these pesky burn spells, and they do the job. They often stabilize you the game. If you draw this and in late game when you and boros are top decking, you will win the game. Ray of Enfeeblement. Something I try to put more in the decks because this card is just simply amazing, and we always want Celestus together with this, because if it's not a good card for the matchup, you just cycle it. It means that you have enough time to play Celestus at some point and just cycle it. And the worst case, you can exile it too much and just gain basically 2 extra life for 1 card. You have so much card advantage that it's okay. With Iymrith, sometimes you can even, you know, draw more cards. If you exile all cards from your hand, you have 0 and you draw 3 cards with this. So don't forget about this effect. This can be game winning. Sometimes cycling your Ray into, I don't know, Blood on the Snow or Memory Deluge will win the games. Okay, we have double negate to supplement the make disappear. So basically this is your creature and hard counter in the deck, and this is your like late game protection, and you usually use it for Iymrith and Kaito. Those are the 2 big cards in the deck that will win you the game. Sometimes for a sweeper if you think enemy has any kind of shenanigans, but generally like they don't play as per aggro, so usually they cannot counter any sweeper except Varro's stance. So with that being said, our card draw. Our card draw is, of course, Memory Deluge and Siphon Insight combined with Bankbuster. So this is early game draw. This is your main engine. This is the biggest card in your deck, basically, outside of Iymrith and Blood on the Snow. Kaito is such a center for most of the games. Protecting this card will win you most of the games. We are trading a lot of card for card. Negate, card for card. March, Ray, Bloodchief, everything is card for card. So, in order for this to work, we also need a lot of mana to keep casting Memory Deluge to get this card advantage and still remove something most of the time. You need a lot of cards early game, and when you can draw like 2-3 extra cards with Kaito, it usually balances lands, value. You can suddenly overwhelm enemy. You can make 2 plays a turn, and that's when you start winning against those kind of decks. Because usually you miss one of the turns compared to the enemy, and you are behind, and you need to fix it during one of your turns, and this is how you do it. Don't forget, Kaito defends himself. You can cast double Kaito, so this ninja that you have made actually makes double draw, and this is phased out, so very often you can sweep the board while Kaito is on the board. You draw cards from the previous ninja, and then you reset the board with -2 and you make it all over again. Alright. Very long intro, as always. It's Dimir. What can I say? I will always talk about Dimir way too long, and it's a really enjoyable deck. I really like this one. The whole idea of this deck was I wanted to make like classical, strong Dimir. Don't forget about Iymrith, my big favor. This is such amazing card. I've been playing with Iymrith in so many control decks, and honestly it was always amazing. It's something most of the decks cannot handle. Against boros, this blocks everything. They don't have creatures generally that can attack through this. It means that every attack after this is played will always be, you know, basically a free removal, and they cannot finish. Like other 5/5 creatures is something they just, you know, kill with play with fire. No, play with fire costs 5 mana, it's basically their full turn. They cannot do it, so Iymrith will stay in the board. And that's such a big deal. And also, if you are on the play, you play Celestus on turn 3, you can cast it before enemy will have enough mana to pay the word, even if he had the most perfect removal in the world. It means that the creature basically is indestructible. And having indestructible 5/5 dragon that draws you cards is insane, especially that when you untap you have all of those counter spells to protect it. And you also have Blood on the Snow. If it dies finally, you just bring it back, and the pain is still there, and the enemy has no cards usually. So this is amazing card, don't forget about it, and if you ramp, you will see it in one of the games. It's not a hypothetical situation. It did happen, and it was awesome. So don't miss this one. Alright, I've talked enough. I hope you enjoyed the deck. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. It's super fun. It's all that Dimir stands for. So enjoy, and the fact that we won 4 games in a row, most of them against top tier aggro, I think speaks a lot. So enjoy. Oh, and subscribe to the channel if you didn't. I nearly forgot what kind of YouTuber I am. Subscribe. Alright, so our friend was so slow with the starting that I actually discussed this hand, but we will do it again. So the hand is a bit risky, we only have 2 lands, of course Druari will be as a land, but I think we can get to try with this one. And let's go out of full control. And as I mentioned, that you don't know, Celestus is actually mini combo with Ray of Enfeeblement, because you can play this, tap out completely, and the 1 mana that it gives is actually this 1 single removal spell that you also need. You know what, it's not perfect, but I will take it. As long as it's a land and we have good Celestus turn, it's fine. Oh, this hurts. This actually physically hurts. And we have no way to remove it, but at least we get Celestus in the board. And no, we are not casting 2 spells in 1 turn. Yeah, at least this slows him down a bit. Let's see if he will cast a 1 mana spell. I'm not sure what they have. Is this the deck that protects Shredder? Or just gets to, you know, get all the value? I'm honestly not sure. I'm honestly not sure. Sure, enjoy your 1 damage. Earned it. Okay, and let's keep drawing. Like, with Celestus we will cycle them. Oh boy. You know what? I will play just 1 card a turn, if that's fine. Oh my god, I love Celestus into Iymrith so much. It has ward 4. It means that enemy has no cards in the game that can remove this, because he doesn't even have 4 mana, not even talking about paying 4 on top of the removal spell. Man, I missed Iymrith. It's one of the coolest cards. I think it doesn't rotate, right? So we will be playing with Iymrith much more. I'm not sure, don't take my word, I think so. Okay, so do we attack? No. The answer is no. We will fix our hand first. Enjoy? I want to get rid of those 3 cards and cycle them into good counter spells or something like this. And also lands. We need more mana to compete with the opponent. Like, we need at least 5 for Kaito and Negate. Like, we need to go, you know, bit by bit. Devious Cover-Up. They shouldn't have threatening creatures outside. Do they play gold spam? I don't think they do, right? We don't have anything to shuffle. But we also don't have anything to do with the mana. Submit 0. So I will do this one, because it's more mana efficient. I think in this matchup Negate is basically the same as Devious Cover-Up. Or at least it's close enough that we don't care. Alright, this is the play. Oh yeah, this is the play. So, we go for 3. We exile this one, because Ray is the weaker card. And we keep up the... I actually could go for 1 more. But it's okay, it's okay. Oh boy, he has protection spell. Right? It had to be protection spell. Unless it's some 2 mana damage at 1. Okay, it might be this as well. And we need to start doing some cards. Iymrith is 5 toughness creature that is really hard for enemy to answer. We could also go with Kaito and just give up the control. It is tempting, not gonna lie. We don't have a lot of cards. You know what? I'm greedy. And this defends itself. And 1 mana cannot compete with Kaito, so it means that it goes through. And drawing 2 cards a turn, even if we lose Iymrith, I think it's okay. And as you can see, benefit instantly. We need lands. We need, we need 5 snowlands here. Let's draw a card and see what we get. Actually, this is way better than the mid-hook. We don't care about the mid-hook. Fable is the best. What the hell is this? I didn't see this one. So Iymrith will die, it's fine. Oh, exile. Smart, smart. I do respect it, but the problem for our opponent is that now we have better things than Iymrith. And we have another one in the deck, so, you know, it will come handy at some point. And let's keep playing lands, they are really good. Enemy is tapped out. This 2 mana is a bit suspicious. Oh boy, that's a big deal. This is a big deal. Let's see what we get. Jewari. Those are extremely bad cards. Okay, I think it's worth it. It might be the first time in my life when I counterplay with fire. But Kaito is just big draw engine, so even if they can remove it, we need to force them into investing much more than this. And also if they put some creatures on... Okay, that's fine. It hurts, but it's fine. Okay, I guess Mythic Massacre will be as good as it gets, probably. But maybe just Memory Deluge is a bit better.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
I don't think it's worth getting, like, HP. We don't care about it too much. The question is, do we kill the mind or we draw with Memory Deluge? This is basically the only one. I fear Test of Talent. He's always, like, leaving this 2 mana for some reason. We have 3 royalties, so let's get rid of the Wandering Emperor, mind, and let's force him. I think he has Test of Talents. It looks like it. It's not great for us. Like, Test of Talent on Memory Deluge is basically a fatality, and we definitely don't want to let him do it. That's fine. Like, this is not threatening at this point in the game, if that's your only play, especially that we have Bloodchief first. So let's start with the usual thingy. Jewari. Jewari is probably not the greatest here. This might trigger enemy killing Kaito, but it's the risk I'm willing to take. And you know what? Did we play a card? Yeah, we played it. So let's switch. We just need 1 Jewari. It's actually... Land is actually a bit better. It is a big tell, to be fair, that we preferred Snowland over Jewari. Oh, okay. So this chapter was actually a very big deal. They basically drew 2 cards from the top. Okay. More Fable. Okay. More Fable is definitely a bit irritating, but hopefully we can start drawing cards with Kaito again. And that's something that will win us the game if we can continue this. It's so much easier to respond to all the threats this way. Okay, so he can kill our Kaito, right? We can Mythic for 1 maybe, but honestly I think, like, okay, so next turn Fable transforms and he will probably play Fable or some other creature, so next turn Mythic will be much better. So for this reason, we can cast Memory Deluge. But this is better. We basically instantly traded for card, we don't risk being Test of Talented, and yeah, we will Mythic when...
Get in, get out.
When this can make a token. And phase out means that his attack is basically wasted.
What do we have here?
Okay, I like this play. I honestly like this play. Especially that we are able to attack in the future turn, so we get another card. Perfect, like so far everything is going as we intended and we maximize the value from Mythic, and that's a huge draw. That's exactly what we needed to start finishing the game. Okay, I think this is the turn when we finally completely swing the advantage into our favor. I'm quite convinced that now we should win. Of course we go for 2. He keeps blue mana, but we have make disappear and we can even make the additional one. Okay, sure. I respect this play. Let's see how many you have. He needs 3 of them. Make disappear. Okay, I can make a copy and counter both of them, right? You may sacrifice. When you do, copy the spell, and if it has any targets, you may choose new targets. You know what? We are all freaking in. Okay, now let's not mess this. Let's target, so this one, Oh. Let's wait a moment. I don't know how to work it out. So is this the effect that creates the spell, or already the spell is on the stack? Because I don't think I can target it, right? I cannot target it. So I think it's just the trigger. Let's see, and I'm going full control. Let's learn something. Yes! Okay, and this is the spell. That was the effect that was creating a spell, and now he targeted everything. Okay, if I messed it up, I wouldn't have the second copy to target, and this would still trigger, and it would still counter the mid-hook massacre. I would butcher the whole play if I didn't do this thing. This one trigger further. Okay, so the first one. Okay. We are paying. We are doing the casualty. And this one targeted the first. So now we need the second. Oh my god, that's the most convoluted play of Magic I have ever done in my life. Yeah, this one targets this one targets this one. I hope I did not mess up. If I did, I deserve to lose. What's going on? Yes! It worked! See? It was so important. If we missed even one trigger, it's so easy. I know this because I already messed it once against Opnixilis. I wanted to counter the copy, but the copy did not become a spell yet, so I didn't have target for the copy, and I basically butchered the whole play. And we don't do the same mistake twice, and I hope we all learned something this game. Alright, we are going first. If we draw a land, this hand is amazing. It's actually amazing. And we of course will draw a land. There is no way we just miss the lands until end of the game, right? It never happened before. Never. So our opponent is B Money. Oh wow. What a shocker. Do we get rid of the initiate? The follow-up will probably be Talia, right? So let's just make sure we kill the other creature. Oh yes, it's all coming together. Getting mana screwed into losing the game. Yeah, definitely my favorite type of start. Jokes aside, like we have 26 lands, we have first shot at drawing one. We are nearly at 1/6 of the deck, right? Enjoy? Like enemy is not pressuring enough, so we might have more time than we should. Oh yes! Oh, that's so good. This is one of the best targets we will ever... Oh my god! Is this my birthday? And yeah, I know we probably get cavaliered and this will train. I don't care. I want my cards, I deserve them. And we need to keep hitting land drops while still getting enough removal. See? Like in the clock, every single time. Turn 3, Cavalier. Always. But we have good removal, we have life gain, and the fact that we will be able to draw cards is pretty huge, honestly. See? That's the reason. And suddenly we can get rid of both of the creatures. And that's pretty insane. He needs to declare attackers right before the counter hits, so we can answer. That's really good. Yeah, sure. Enjoy. I guess he can put it on the initiate, but he's greedy bastard and he will put it on his biggest trampler because he wants the damage to go through. This will hit the cavalier and this gives -4, so we don't care how big it is, and as long as it has no more than 4 toughness. Oh boy, like this cavalier. Okay, let's make a stop. Okay, and you need this trigger to combat. It means that the enemy ended his main phase and he cannot play creatures anymore. Oh boy. Let's play like this. Field of Ruin is also pretty amazing here. Do we want to... Yeah, I guess Kaito is just cards, right? That's a big deal. So I guess let's see the counter. If it goes on Cavalier, then we get extra value. Yeah, we let it happen. Let's see the target. That's a big deal. Okay. So this means that we need to exile something. And what will we exile? Unfortunately, this needs to be the card. No boy, I'm so bad at this game. So we need 1 mana. Actually, let's count. So we need 1 mana for the Ray. We have 3 mana, so we do it for 4. I think, right? Man, my brain just melted. One time. We exile this one. And it costs 3. Yeah, okay. Man, it was so hard. I feel like my whole intellect just vanished completely. And I felt like a boros player for a moment. Aha, sorry for this joke. It was inappropriate and totally undeserved. So, yeah, you will attack the kaito and we will get rid of this. Because kaito is extremely important right now. The fact that we get card advantage every single turn compared with Dimir deck that trades removal, so basically card for card. Oh boy, that's pretty good one. Huh. Honestly, it's not a bad draw. We lose the ninja though. So the next card is Raiju. We could also use Field of Ruin to kill the Den and activate Memory Deluge and Iymrith. That's the second play. And honestly, I think it is a bit better. If they play Raiju, it means we get to draw another card. Or at least buffer a lot of damage. Oh, that's so sad. I'm not sure if he realized what we have in the board, but you know, as a boros player, it's fine. It's fine. Gosh, we are so mean to boros players. If you are watching and you are playing boros, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. Because we are all frustrated for playing this same deck for like months. But it's okay, I get it. And he cannot kill Kaito, which is insanely important. That was a huge blunder. He has 3 cards. I cannot believe either those are 3 lands or he misplayed really heavily. So let's keep attacking. Shall we? If we get untapped land, it's Iymrith. If it's untapped land, it's Iymrith. And this is basically a showstopper for this kind of deck. Even if they can kill Iymrith, they will need full turn to do it, sacrifice the Sparand, and basically they have nothing else. So even if they have perfect combi... Aww. Maybe this is someone who played boros first time in his life, so he doesn't follow. Also, in order to target this, you need to pay ward. It's the ability. So I guess he wants to get rid of the ninja, I guess? I actually love it. It means, how do we do it to maximize the value? We attack first. We won't get more cards than 1, so we might as well, right? Let's hit him for 5. This is 2 extra damage that we just got. And okay, let's be fair. We should draw card first. Even though we are extremely winning, we just need to play it by the book. And let's go for 3. You know, sweep the board, win the game, force enemy to scoop in shame. That's what Dimir players do enjoy always against boros. And now we go with the tunnel. Jewelry won't be a thing, but this is a snow land, this has better mana, it's just better as a land overall. Especially that Jewelry has options. So, what are we doing? By the way, we are at 21, enemy is at 12 with boros. I have no idea what this play was. Like, he had those cards in the hand when he activated the Den. Like, activating Den into Field of Ruin is such a bad play, tempo-wise. You can see, like, this Iymrith came... I think Iymrith or something. Something came because he just lost full turn on doing nothing. And as a legit boros enthusiast, he will rope us after misplaying full game and losing. Oh boy, this is something else. Okay, so let's cut. And as expected from our B-Money boros Pro, he roped us fully. I think that he isn't happy about the results of the game, so let's keep attacking him to teach him some manners, and let's keep drawing cards. And let's draw some more cards. By the way, we weren't able to use Memory Deluge for basically the full game, which tells a lot about the tempo and, you know, the dynamic of current ladder. To the last freaking second, B-Money, you have been exposed for your boros behavior. Alright, that was a pretty funny game. Like, I think we did really well. The early game was a bit scary, but Ray of Enfeeblement was such a hero. Oh boy, this hand is actually mulliganable. We have basically only 4 drops and we are on the draw, so there are basically 5 drops. It's so bad. Thanks to March, I will risk it because I don't want to start at disadvantage. And if the deck that enemy plays is slow, we might get there. And like him not having 1 drop, are you freaking kidding me? Is this again this freaking boros that everyone keeps playing forever? I guess it is. Okay, let's make a stop. In case we want to use the March, unfortunately the cost will be so high. Kumano, that's not what we want to see. 1 damage. Okay, so we might as well, right? It means that he also has creature for the next turn, because he wants to get this value from Kumano. So I think he has also a next turn drop. drop. We have double. Okay, so we need blue for this turn. Kaito Shizuki is not the worst. Like Mid-Hook Massacre won't be good enough, but we can go with March, right? Oh boy, this will be such a hit. March helps, but we lose a lot of card advantage for it, and the follow-up will still be a problem. So I think it's Kaito. I think it's better, and at some point we sacrifice Ninja for this extra HP. And we might even force him to use his turn to kill the Ninja, if he's really scared about us drawing cards. With March, I hope we have some more time than usually. Yep. It's not the worst. Cavalier would be way worse than this. And so, of course, super scared. Oh, okay, never mind. So it's perfect. So it's perfect. The only bit he missed is turn 1 mana play. Other than this, it was basically perfect. However, Kaito is still good, because it can cycle you bad cards that you don't want. And as you can see, it makes a difference. Alright, so we... Oh boy, how do we play this? I think we need to go like this. We will be very low. And I mean very low with HP. But we can get back hopefully with March. I hope. And also Kaito is a bit threatening, so there is a chance he will assign Kumano to kill Kaito, but I think he will go face, as they all do. Is that enough? 8, so we are at 1. If we draw Mid-Hook Massacre, we are fine. If we do not, okay, smart choice, to be honest. Like, Kaito is actually threatening. If enemy... Oh, he forgot to attack. Oh my god, like, what are those boros players? Oh my god, and we miss 1 mana to win the game. Can we do it? If we do something, we need to do it right now, so he doesn't get the counter. Man, why the hell do they forget attacking? To be fair, I think once forgot during me playing with boros or aggro in total, but I think it happened only once in like few hundred games. Alright, so 4. I think it's good enough, right? He will of course use Raiju. We need untapped land from the top. That's a painful part. But if we hit it, we use Blood on the Snow. We don't get back Kaito. See? Oh, of course, they have it. It's basically us playing against boros. You can call it ladder, but it's not really a ladder, it's just boros simulator, basically. Okay? We lack, unfortunately, 1 mana to fix the game. If he whiffs, which he won't, we would have a chance. Also, if we draw a March, we probably win. See? Never whiffs. Okay, Ray is pretty good. And we get to heal with Celestus. Let's see what we draw. No. Oh no, that's the worst possible card. Let's see what he top decked. Finally, thank you. For once in my life they whiffed. God bless you. Okay, so we probably should win, right? We have Kumano. Midhook Massacre is a big deal. This counters his next play. It is Shadow Verdict. Yeah, Shadow Verdict and this. It is a removal. However, the fact that we cannot kill Kumano right now is a bit of a problem, to be honest. And we cannot switch day-night cycle, because then we cannot use the counter spell. However, we might be able to Memory Deluge depending on what he plays, because Midhook will sweep everything. If he has something without the haste, that's not a... Did he really draw a burn spell? I think there's high chance he did it. There is a priority, he has something. That's not a land. Of course! From the freaking top, like a legend. Oh, Sloth. Chill, chill. It's just boros. Again. This is red, so we don't want to draw the Ray. I honestly think it's just March. The rest of the card is not great enough. Like, this is basically what we need to hit to win the game. Let's shuffle, let's draw it, and let's think... Oh no, that's not great. Let's see how many more top decks he can have. So we start healing. This is the last turn when he has to win the game. Let's see if he can top deck what he needed. Huh? How lucky you are, Mr. Boros. Okay, this is the first non-lucky Boros player ever. That's really good. Okay? We do not flip. We keep up the counter spells right now. Aspirant. Aspirant is okay. Everything that has no haste lets us Memory Deluge, and this is high enough value basically. Negate is pretty good. Yeah, it's Iymrith and Negate. So we have Aether make disappear, like he cannot go through Iymrith, and of course this is even better draw. So the best draw is Raiju. Raiju deals us 1 damage, we can block one of them. But Raiju is 4 mana. Okay, so this is the play. Okay. This is 2 spells, so we are back to 4. This means that before he draws a card, we have enough. And I will discard Shadow Verdict because it exiles, so it doesn't heal us, while Midhook Massacre heals us. I will say good game, but he misplayed so much. By the way, if he didn't forget to attack, he would probably win, I think. Yeah, we were at 1 at some point. So a lot of very bad Boros players basically today. Alright, so welcome to the next episode of It's As Bad As It Gets. I don't think we can keep it. We are on the draw with counter spells and 5 mana place and draw. We might not play against Aggro, and that would be fine draw. But if we are against Aggro, we lose. Okay, this is better. So how do we approach this? We probably want this 3 mana. So 1, 2, 3, Kaito. Celestus. See ya. This is a non-Celestus game. Because we have 1 in the deck, so it means that we will... See? It's always aggro. And we did not draw a land. And we are always getting flooded with Memory Deluge at like first 8 cards. I want to get flooded with Bloodchief first, that I couldn't draw a single time. That would be much better, in my opinion. We play like this, even though we have March. Maybe March? No, we don't have untapped black mana, so at least we can try to hit Juwari on something. We Juwari something. I don't think we will. Like, if he didn't play before the attack, like Adeline, it means that he probably won't. Like, this is definitely pretty painful, to be honest. How do we play this? Kaito is not winning play. Okay, I know how we play this. He might keep Valorous stance, so let's not do anything now. We will stop before next combat. He wants to go to combat. No. I think he will save the Aspirant, so it won't make a difference, but we need to go through those things. Somehow. This will be painful. Valorous stance, right? Enemy knows that if he keeps those two creatures together, he forces a sweeper removal. See? Told you. But we have another march, so... Okay, good. So now he basically wasted this counter. And hopefully... Honestly, I love Zareth San, but I think this is... If we have 5 mana... Is that really the play? I think we much rather Memory Deluge into removal or sweeper. So it means enemy can use Valorous stance, right? Let's see his next play. Like, as long as he has 2 mana, it doesn't matter. Like, it's better to tap him during his... Oh my god, I didn't make a stop. Let's see how smart he is. Okay, he isn't, that's so good. Okay, let's go for 4 to get some extra life gain. And let's see if that's enough, or he has like full spam of Valorous stance, so it means that we will never kill a creature. Because we didn't hit Mythic. But to be fair, Mythic wouldn't help too much. Okay, finally. So he wasted a counter, but that was a mistake. I would never go into combat phase, I just forgot to click it every single time. Okay, that's a good decision by him. So he wants to make sure it's not countered. Smart play. And unfortunately extremely bad for us. Okay, that's a fair draw. I will go with Memory Deluge main phase because we have Bloodchief first. We do need a land. Unfortunately, Mythic is so amazing, but I just cannot afford to have it. And unfortunately, if enemy is smart, okay, that wasn't perfect, but it was still a good play. Perfect play would be to plus the Initiate, because that's the only creature that doesn't die to Mythic. However, he still ensures that Wandering Emperor is a factor of tokens, so we need another sweeper, basically. This was a bad play, though. I guess he also didn't know that we have black mana, so maybe he took the calculated risk. Which sometimes you have to do. So we are back to 9. Memory Deluges need to like hard carry us, like we are really struggling to get back the tempo. Like our value is there, like we have enough value to completely obliterate the enemy, but we don't have time to do it. So we need like Blood on the Snow right now. Or some sweeper, definitely not this. So, let's see what we hit now. Blood on the Snow. Okay. Like we are getting somewhere. We are definitely getting somewhere. I guess Bloodchief first. If we play the land, we can kill the Emperor. Then we take a huge hit. It's at least 6. But next turn we sweep the board, right? And that's enough. I think this might be the winning play that we needed. Oh my god. Unless, you know, you cannot count your cards and you are just a freaking dummy. I thought that one of those lands is untapped as well, and we played the 4th one. Oh, that's such a bad play. This is a bad play. Okay, we are going full emergency mode because Sloth is a dummy. So this is a blocker, and also something that can threaten the Emperor in a way. If he -1 to make more creatures, then Ninja kills the Emperor. And that's a big deal because we need to sweep everything. We have enough mana for Blood on the Snow. Okay, so I think we block, right? 1 loyalty is not worth it. I guess 1 card might be worth it. We heal what? 4 damage, right? We get hit for 7. So we are at 2, back to 6. 6 is okay. I think 6 life is worth 1 card. Enjoy, you monster. You absolute mad lad. 2 life. That's not much. Negate is decent. Not sure what against, but it's decent. Okay, maybe it's not the best draw to be fair. But I just like Negate so much that I'm always happy to see it. So we draw. It would be better if we had Kaito in the graveyard, to be honest. But we do not.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
Okay, so we might as well cast this one. You know what? Let's just make sure first that we kill the stuff. We have 3 snow mana for Kaito, but we don't have Kaito. If you have another Valorous stance, I will hate you forever. No, no, you are not doing it. Oh, okay, smart. So he's removing the counters to get rid of the Mythic Massacre, so we don't get the live game. Okay, respect. Very good play. I actually did miss it. Not happy to admit it, but that's the truth. And we are only speaking truth on this channel, don't we? Okay, so what is the play? Definitely we plus with Kaito, right? Okay, that's a very good draw. Probably one of the better draws we could have. This is incredibly mana efficient. And we could kill the Emperor for free with Hall of the Storm Giant. He doesn't have red. White doesn't have direct damage, right? The best is Cave, that he doesn't have. Aspirant has small haste, but he has no creature. I don't think he can kill us. Even on, like, as long as the board is empty, he has no cards in the deck that do it. So we might get basically a card for free. If we play this, however, do we have mana for Memory Deluge? No, we don't. I'm super greedy. Oh my god, I'm so greedy, I deserve to lose this game. I just want free value, you know? If I can translate value into cards, I'm just, you know, sucker for it.
I'll be back.
Shipwreck March, yeah, sure. Like, with Hall of the Sun Giants and Kaito, basically the more mana you have, the more cards you have. Oh my god, that was enough. We actually won... Oh my god, we won all the games, I think. We actually won all of them. Sorry for spoilers, but it's probably in the thumbnail anyway. Okay, that was a hard game. Our opponent played really well. Respect to him.